To understand why Germany didn't stop its expansion in 1939, it helps to look past the idea that Adolf Hitler had a limited checklist of territorial goals. For the Nazi regime, expansion wasn't a temporary strategy with a fixed endpoint. It was the core engine of their entire political, ideological, and economic system. By 1939, after annexing Austria and Czechoslovakia, stopping was practically impossible for several critical reasons. 1. The ideology of Lebensraum, living space. At the absolute center of Nazi ideology was the concept of Lebensraum. Hitler outlined this years earlier in Mein Kampf. The goal: the regime believed that the German Aryan race was biologically destined to expand eastward into Poland, Ukraine, and Russia. The fate of locals: the long-term plan was to displace or eliminate the Slavic populations to make room for German settlers. No stopping point. In this worldview, a nation was either expanding or dying. Merely reclaiming Germany's pre-World War I borders was never the final goal. It was just the baseline. 2. The Blitzkrieg economy and financial crisis. By 1939, Germany's economy was essentially a massive pyramid scheme built on rapid militarization. The debt trap. The Nazi regime had spent massive amounts of money it didn't have to build up the Wehrmacht, the military sustenance, through plunder to prevent economic collapse, inflation, and severe shortages at home. Germany needed to conquer new territories. The cycle: annexing Austria and Czechoslovakia provided immediate injections of gold reserves, foreign currency, raw materials, and slave labor. To keep the German economy afloat and fund the military machine, they had to keep invading new countries to plunder their assets. 3. The enabler: the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Historically, Germany's biggest military fear was a two-front war fighting France, Britain in the West, and Russia in the East simultaneously. In August 1939, Germany signed a non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union. This secret deal partitioned Poland between them, with the Soviet Union temporarily neutralized as a threat. Hitler believed he had a green light to invade Poland without risking a massive Eastern War, removing the final major diplomatic roadblock to expansion. For appeasement and Hitler's miscalculation, throughout the late 1930s, Britain and France followed a policy of appeasement, repeatedly allowing Hitler to break treaties and take land like the Rhineland, Austria, and the Sudetenland in the hope of avoiding another world war. This backfired by convincing Hitler that the Western allies were weak, indecisive, and lacked the will to fight. When he prepared to invade Poland in September 1939, he genuinely believed Britain and France would issue protest but ultimately back down again. He miscalculated, and their declarations of war officially started World War II. In summary, Germany didn't stop in 1939 because the Nazi state was designed exclusively for war. Its ideology demanded endless racial expansion, and its economy required constant plunder to survive. Stopping would have meant the stagnation and eventual collapse of the Nazi regime itself.